So first of all, just introduce myself. My name is Lewis Gardiner. I'm the head of Dubai Real Estate for Archway Real Estate. Joined today by Basma. We'll be discussing residency by investment on the Dubai Golden Visa in the first half of the session, and some of the updates around that and some of the Archway Real Estate Services. And following that, Basma will be presenting Prestige One developers, talking about some exciting projects that are in the pre-launch stage and a ready-built project as well that is on offer here in Dubai. So to give you an agenda of the call, we're going to start with Archway, talk a bit about Holborn Pass and the UAE Golden Visas, residency by investment, exactly what it is, why consider Dubai as an investment or a place to come for your second residency, the Dubai Golden Visa program, what it is, the eligibility and the benefits. And then in the second half of the session, we'll be discussing real estate investments with Miss Basma. And to finish the session, we'll be doing a Q&A. So for anyone that has questions throughout the call, we'll save them all for the end. Please submit them and we'll answer them one by one at the end. We may already answer them throughout the presentation for you as well. So first of all, Archway Real Estate. It's a part of the Holborn group of companies, and we are the real estate division based in Dubai. In terms of services that we offer, we have a very large agent network across Dubai and the UAE. We can advertise on the major portals such as Property Finder, Bayou, Dubizzle, and we offer professional marketing services for your property with professional photography. We only work with reputable developers across Dubai, from low ticket to high ticket, luxury. We cover every different type of clientele. In terms of sales, we cover both the off-plan market and the secondary market. Leasing, we do long-term leasing, and we assist with holiday homes. So if you are looking at short-term rentals, we can discuss that further and give clients forecasts for that and manage property on their behalf. We assist with conveyancing, which is the after-sales process of the secondary market sales. And we do POAs, power of attorney. So if an international client can't physically be here or an even resident can't be here, we can be there physically on the day of transfer to transfer the property on their behalf. We also assist with managers' checks via currencies through the Forex market or cryptos. So for example, if you don't currently have a bank account in Dubai, and you need to purchase a property here. With developers, you can usually just do bank transfers, but when you're looking at the secondary market, you have to do managers checks for some of the fees. So we can assist with that as well. And of course, property management, so everything from maintenance, collecting payments for you from tenants, quarterly inspections and stuff like that. And then finally, we also assist with value-added propositions for properties. So upgrades, renovations, interior design. So that is a breakdown of the services that we provide and some examples of why you should use our service in the future for Dubai. Holborn Pass is also a part of the Holborn group of companies. Holborn Assets was established back in 1998. It's a British family firm with multiple employees worldwide and wealth managers. We're in multiple countries around the world and we serve 20,000 plus clients. On the right here, you can see some of our awards and our reviews from Trustpilot. And Holborn Pass is the company that takes clients through the visa process, whether it's for a residency or citizenship. One of the key things that we're very, very proud of is our 100% success rate when it comes to applicants that have used our service to get a secondary passport or to get a secondary residency. As you can see on this screen, just a brief breakdown of the services from A to Z that we can offer for the UAE Golden Visa under Holborn Pass. However, Archway will assist on the property side. So anything that's related to the property from start to finish, that's where Archway will come in. And again, here are some extra examples of services that we can provide for the client from Archway's side and also from Holborn Pass. In terms of citizenship, and residency by investment, Essentially what it is, depending on the country or the program, you can get a second passport or residency, whether it's via real estate, donations, business activities, investing in public funds or private funds, bonds, etc. But today we are talking about residency by investment. You can't get a citizenship or passport in Dubai or the UAE, but you can get a second residency with the same benefits as if you were a citizen. So this is from a contribution into the real estate market that we are discussing today through Archway Real Estate. And in terms of the industry size, it has increased around 30 billion, I believe, as of last year in terms of the size of this specific market for a second passport or residency. This diagram here is an example of Holborn Pass and the programs that they provide. From left to right, you can see a number of different programs that we provide. Not every program is on this screen, but these are some of the most common programs that we help with clients. Today, again, we are talking about the UAE, and a good change recently that has happened for the UAE Golden Visa is they've now taken out the minimum investment. So I will discuss that a little bit in the webinar, but they have now removed the minimum down payment from your own pocket equity of $274,000 or 1 million dirhams within your property portfolio to be eligible. Some of the other criteria here is that there is no age limit on getting the visa here, and you can have your partner, you can have children up to the age of 25, unlimited domestic workers, and the time to residency does take roughly about a month. So it can be very, very quick. So let's talk a bit about Dubai, why Dubai should be considered as an investment case. Some references here: second safest country in the world, the fourth best city to live and work in. I think the biggest thing, more than anything, is the tax-free environment. So there's no income tax, capital gains tax, wealth tax, inheritance tax through real estate and other means. It has some of the best healthcare and education infrastructure in the world available. Very, very diverse. Only 10% of the country are locals. 90% is expats. There's multiple nationalities. And it's a very stable and neutral political country. As you can see at the bottom here, it is considered as the new Switzerland in terms of the influx of high net worth clients. So lots of millionaires are moving here from all around the world now. And from left to right, we can see how Dubai and the UAE has developed in the last 50 years and their national GDP from 2.85 up to 500 billion as of 2022. The Dubai Golden Visa, to give you a breakdown, it's a 10-year renewable visa through investment. So your portfolio has to equal to the amount of 2 million dirhams. So that could be a mixture of units. It could be a mixture of studios, one beds, or it could just be one unit to the value of 2 million or more. The equity you can see here has now been removed as of about 1 week ago officially. So now you will not need that. So in terms of now, you can either mortgage a property, you could do full cash for the property, you can buy a secondary market, you can buy off plan, and as long as you have the first condition of 2 million or more in terms of dirhams, or in dollars 545K, then you will be eligible to get the approval for the UAE Golden Visa. I think one of the biggest things in terms of benefits is, of course, the ability to live, work, study in this place, and also open bank accounts here, investments here, in terms of a tax-free environment. But also, compared to other visas, is once you've done your medical and biometrics, you can leave the country for the full 10-year period without having to be here for a certain amount of time each year or throughout that 10-year period to maintain having the visa. So that is probably one of the biggest points as well. So if you have business in other areas, you don't have to worry about being here for a certain amount of time, but your dependents could still be here as well without having to have you here as the main applicant, should we say. But any nationality can apply. And I mentioned in the previous slide at the bottom here, you can include your children, your partner, parents, and domestic helpers such as maids, etc. So we're going to talk a little bit about why this is the best plan B in the world and the investment case for Dubai. The main benefits I touched on a minute ago about being able to live, work, and study, and I've also touched on these points here. One of the things I didn't touch on in the previous slides was that you can establish a business here as well. So if you currently have a business worldwide, you could essentially bring that business and inherit it here through one of the free zones, mainland, or potentially DMCC licensing. But that's a topic for another day that we can also assist on when it comes to opening your business here. So the investment case, which is one of the most important parts, I would say, is as a property market, it's one of the highest growth in the last 5 consecutive quarters globally. The population is expected to double by 2040. In terms of developments and projects, there is incredible projects here in very, very prime locations. And the value for money is roughly 3 to 4 times cheaper per square foot than other major cities such as London, New York, Singapore. So your value for money in terms of capital appreciation can massively increase. And also the rental side as well. The rental side, on long-term rentals, you can generate between 6 and 9%, as you can see down here. It can even be higher. On a long-term lease, you can expect that. So from a percentage point of view, the smaller the unit, the higher the return. So what I mean by that is studios and 1-beds. They're the highest in demand for the market and can bring the highest return. However, when you're looking at 3 or 4 beds or the bigger unit like a villa or a townhouse, yes, your rental return as a percentage will be lower, but the monetary value will technically be higher that you'll see in your pocket. But of course, as an investor, the most important thing is the percentage. When you're talking about short term, those percentages here can increase almost double. I've had investment cases in the past where clients have bought studios for around 400-500K. They've then furnished the property for 15 to 20,000 dirhams. And then their net return has been around 16 to 18% during the hot seasons in Dubai throughout the calendar year. And then in off-peak season, around 12 to 15%. So short term is a very, very good market here in Dubai, as long as you're in the right project, in the right area. But also long term, you have that stability as well when you go down long-term leasing. In terms of the currencies, it's pegged to the dollar. And the payment plans are very, very lucrative. No interest over 2 to 5 years. Even post handover payment plans are available. As you can see here from the percentages, talking about 40% to 60%. The first percentage talks about the construction phase. And then the second percentage is the completion phase where you can pay full cash or you can mortgage the remainder of the property. And one of the best things about the market in terms of the ability for flexible payments is cryptocurrencies you can do, and also physical cash that you can do as well here. So these are just some of the key elements as why investment in Dubai is a very, very good option. And we'll be considering a lot more information and benefits when we talk about the developments at the second half of this webinar. Just to finish up, in terms of properties, you can look at different, master communities, shall I say, which are different types of lifestyle. So you've got places like downtown with a city feel. You've got places like the Marina or the Palm, which gives you that beachfront sort of access and tourism sort of vibe. Community living, more inland, places like JBC, Sports City. You've got villa communities such as Arabian Ranches, the Mac Hills 1, Talal Al Gaf. There's quite a few different communities that are all very, very close together in Dubai, but can give you a different sort of feeling or lifestyle, which is one of the beauties of living here. And then we'll talk today about ready-built properties and also off-plan from Miss Basma. But I think one of the best things about this market is undeniably the rental returns on yields in terms of short-term and long-term compared to other major markets. So if you do currently own properties in other places in the world and you're thinking, okay, maybe I'm getting 3, 4, 5% return per annum, you could consider exiting that property, to free up some capital to then look at the market here in Dubai. Also, in terms of capital appreciation, I had a chat with a client recently from Singapore who was getting about, I think he mentioned about 15% growth in the last 5 years on his property. And when I compared that to Dubai, we're looking at around 15 to 20% plus growth when you're buying in a pre-launch phase into the launch of an off-plan property. And also during construction, usually it will average around 10% conservatively per annum on the capital appreciation. So when you consider off-plan here, over the course of pre-launch to completion over maybe a 2, 3, 4 year period, you could essentially generate roughly 30, 40% plus in capital gains, as opposed to going down a rental market through a secondary market property, which has already kind of reached a premium on it. And then your return over that 3, 4 year period could be much higher through off plan as opposed to ready built when you're looking at the rental side. And then once it is ready built, your return will be even higher on the rental because you bought in so early. So something to consider. Just to finish off before I pass it on to Miss Basma, a disclaimer is that the information presented in the webinar today is purely for educational purposes to educate you about the market here, UAE Golden Visa, about Archway, and of course, property considerations. And it should not be considered as legal or financial or investment advice. And you are encouraged to consult professional advisors like myself, one-to-one, to conduct your own research before making any decisions related to the market here. And of course, understanding your needs and objectives before we send you the correct proposals for matching those objectives. And Archway or associated entities don't assume responsibility for the accuracy, completeness, and suitability of the information provided today. So thank you all very much for jumping on the call so far. That was the first half of the session. Before we go to the Q&A, I'm now going to stop sharing my screen and pass it over to Miss Basma, who will introduce herself, a bit about Prestige One as a developer, and of course, some exciting projects that we have for you today. And stick around to the end for a special incentive that we have got approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lawes. Hello, everyone. My name is Basma. I'm a senior property management. So we are from Prestige One Development. I will tell you who we are, what have we delivered here in Dubai. So we will go for the company profile. So yeah, that's Prestige One and Prestige Group. We are since 2007 in the market here in Dubai. Our chairman, he's from Canada, and he owns Subway, Al Hasib Mall, airline, Fly Air Airline, and Subway on the Run, and many companies, Philip Morris as well, Al Khuzai. So we have delivered around 30 plus projects back to back in Dubai, such as like in Palm Jumeirah, Business Bay, and prime locations. So today we are talking about pre-launch projects. First one, we are talking about a project in Al-Midan, which is called the Waterway. The price there, it will be 20 to 25% less than the market. And it's all over the Crystal Lagoon. So the project, the amenities is like, it's inspired by an hotel. It's called an Amman Hotel. That's the lobby, how it looks like. The gym. That's the interior design. So we will go for the payment plan. So in this area, it's high demand and it's considered as the most wanted area because it's close to the airport, 7 minutes away from the airport, as well as 5 minutes away from the downtown, as it's considered as the new downtown here in Dubai. So we have the starting price today, pre-launch price. I'll share with you the sales offer for this project. So we have the starting price in dirhams, 2,100,000. That's equal of 575 in dollars. And we have a payment plan, which is 65 during construction over 3 years. And it goes like 40,000 dirhams for booking. And then on the launch date, so we will pay 20% of the value. And it goes like every quarter, 5%. The handing over would be in Q4 2026, which is like equal 3 years. The capital appreciation will be there almost like from 20 to 50% if we are buying pre-launch price. And the ROI, the yearly, if we're talking about long term, it will be at least from 12 to 15%. Second project we are going to talk about is Dubai Island. And this is one of the biggest island in Dubai. The project is designed by Zen Era. This is Dubai Island. So it's actually close to the airport as well. It has a private beach. It has many of resorts. And our plot will be right from Dubai Island Mall, which is located in the middle of the island. That's the design of the building from Zen Era. It's a luxury species unit. Will be all over the view of the sea, open sea view. Hotel amenities. And we have a competitive price, which is starting for 1 bedroom, 1.4 AED. It's equal around 534 dirhams. That's the design for the building and the interior design. So that's a master bedroom. And that's the payment plan as well, is 65 during 3 years. That's the payment plan with numbers. Just token 40K AED, it's equal around $11,000. And then on the launch date, which is within 2 to 3 weeks, 20% for the down payment, plus 4% DLD, Dubai Land Department, the fees for the government. And then after 3 months, you start do the installment, which is like 5% every quarter. And then on the handover, either you pay 35% cash or we can finance through mortgage. That's the numbers in dollars as well. Make it easier for all of you. Now we have also small ticket size project, which is called The Place. The project is located in the center of Dubai Sports City, which is the most greenery area, and is like 20 to 15 minutes all around Dubai. Here's the show apartment. I can let you see the quality of the finishing of the project. So it's all designed by La Casa. It's well known in the market since 1978. It's all marble and hotel amenities as well. We'll go through some renders. So that's the studio, how it looks like, the interior design. And it comes all with kitchen appliances and white goods. Smart home. All our projects has infinity pool and facilities like no one else. Outdoor cinema, paddle, basketball, barbecue area, golf court, sauna, spa. And we have signature cafe in each building. It's like designed for only the residential people. And also the payment plan is 20% down payment, 5% every quarter, which is the handover Q2 2026, and 65-35 during construction. We have starting price for the studio 530,000 AED, which is equal in dollars 145,205, and also the payment plan 65 during construction and 35 on the term of handover. That's the numbers in dollars for the installments. And that's all what I want to talk about today about our projects, which is the pre-launch projects. And I will leave it to Mr. Lewis.
Thank you. Would you like to touch on the Ready Built project in JLT as well?
Yeah, actually, the project is already sold out, so we are not having any inventory no more for that project, so we cannot go through it.
Okay, fair enough. Could we touch on the announcement that you got about, for those people that have joined the call today, before we go into the
100%.
Q&A?
Yeah, 100%. First of all, we have, as I mentioned, is pre-launch price, so it's below the market already, was like around 20 to 25%. But we have gotten approval. It's around 2% discount for whoever would be here in the webinar today for all the investors. So it will be 2% off for whoever will book today. And the booking amount is $11,000 for securing the unit. And on the launch date, which is within 2 to 3 weeks, on the escrow account, they will complete the 20+4.
Okay, great. Yeah, so for anyone that is in a position today, likes the projects, wants to know more about the projects, we can schedule a one-to-one with myself and Miss Basma, and we can run through all the finer details. And they do have that offer on for the next 24 hours for those who would be interested and those who have taken the time to come out on the call today. We're going to go into the Q&A now. So for anyone that has questions, please fire them in. I'll start by going through the questions that we currently have. This question I'll give it to you, Basma. Someone's asked about the key benefits of investing in off-plan properties in Dubai for long-term growth.
100%. Okay, first of all, for off-plan, you don't have to pay 100% of the value of property. Second thing, it's almost like 20 to 30%. It will be cheaper than ready property. And you have also the benefit of something is called flipping, which is trendy here in Dubai and well known in the market. That's mean you have only to pay the 20 plus for it. And once the developer or like, let's say, me out of the stock, so you can flip the unit, which is like, well, with profit around 100% of what you paid, which is the 20%, let's say, and that flip the unit and increase the amount, and then you can go for another 2 or couple of 3 units in different project, also pre-launch. So this is first. Second thing also about like the capital appreciation, as I mentioned, it goes up to 50% sometimes. Believe me, it goes up to 100% if the prime location and if the project is boutique apartment or rare. So it goes up to 100%. So that's why most of people here, they prefer the off-plan.
Okay, great. Yes, just to touch on that, like compared to other developers, what's quite unique about this developer is most developers, you have to pay about 30, 40, sometimes 55% of the payment plan to then be eligible to resell. However, with Prestige One, you could buy in at a pre-launch, you could then pay the 20% plus 4 down payment, and then you could flip the unit straight away and be eligible to resell. Sometimes people like to hold properties during the construction phase for 6 to 9 months and then flip it there for a profit. And when she talks about the 100% return on investment, that's where, for example, you put your 20% down plus 4 and you sell it with a 25% gain, which technically would be 100% return on the capital. So that's something that quite a lot of people do here in Dubai that we work on. It's quite a common trend. Another question that's come in is about the Dubai Golden Visa. So I'll answer that one about the process of getting it. So first of all, as mentioned, you have to have at least 2 million dirhams worth of property in your portfolio, or roughly 500, I think 50K as of today in dollars. So in terms of your purchase price, if it's 2 million or more, or it could be multiple units to that value, then that would give you eligibility for it. When you're buying something in a pre-launch, you have to wait for the launch and pay your 20% down payment plus DLD, and sometimes the accrued fee as well, which is the pre-title deed. Once you have that document, then you can then start the process. Once you do start the process, it usually can take about 2 to 3 weeks for the main applicant. So you'd fly over, depending on your schedule, would do it around your schedule. You'll do your medical, you do your biometrics, and then once you've received your visa and your Emirates ID, then your dependents can do the same process as well. So the main applicant does theirs first. Once they receive their visa, then a dependent can do theirs as well. But for example, we can start the process for the entire family at the very beginning, so all the documents are ready when the dependents are prepared to do their medical and biometrics. Another question, which I think would be good, well, you can answer this, Basma, is someone's asked about what are the units and the types available in the projects that you present today. So you've touched on some of the payment plans of the units. 100%. Can you touch on what unit types are available, like studios, 1 beds, etc.?
100%. We have, as we talked about, 3 different projects. So let's say we start from studio, 1 bed, 2 bed, and penthouses as well. So even 3 bed we have. So it's different from project to project. It depends about the budget, and it depends about the type that we want or the purpose that we want the project for. So that's our mission to guide you, which project is perfect for you.
Okay. Another question is the potential risks associated with off-plan properties and how you can avoid that risk. Someone has mentioned here.
Okay, it's only about if the developer delaying, and that will be only from not the developer himself, it will be from the contractor. That's why we are dealing with a big or well-known contractors here in the market. He's well known that he delivered before even the timing that he mentioned. In case if he say Q1 2025, that's mean give him like 3 months before he will deliver you the project.
Okay, brilliant. Is there any other questions that people may have today? I'll give it another 20, 30 seconds and then we'll wrap up the call. Is there anything else, Basma, while we're waiting for any questions that you think would be worth sharing with the group in terms of any tips, any advice?
Okay, I would advise actually if we are looking, the purpose is like investment here in Dubai. So in case instead of like going for one property with that budget that we have, so we can go always for like multiple units and do the flipping, which is most succeed thing here in Dubai for the real estate. So let's say if we are going for a project or our budget is just like 2 million or 1 million dirhams, so we would consider taking over 2 or 3 units with that budget, and after 6 months of the pre-launch project that we have purchased, so we can just flip and double this amount.
Okay, brilliant. So yeah, instead of, for example, if you're looking as an investor and you're thinking I want a 2-bed, which is quite common, sometimes thinking about utilizing the same amount of money for 2 or 3 studios or even a 1-bed and a studio can bring a lot more value to you. But yeah, I think that kind of concludes the session. Thank you everyone for your questions today. Thank you, of course, for jumping on the call.